So I have mixed feelings about it. And apparently that's not okay because, of course, you're supposed to understand that all of this is a movie and it's going to be a buddy cop show between Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. And I would just then ask my friends, at what point does the movie end? Are we through this movie going to be receiving actual justice for actual crimes by the deep state, actual crimes against humanity, actual crimes against the United States of America? Or are we just going to be witnessing a display of movie justice taking care of all these crimes? Is the accountability phase just going to be itself a limited hangout, much like the Nuremberg trials were? Are we going to have a repeat of that phase? My guess is yes. And of course, I've been talking about this for years. If the justice phase is part of the movie, how can the accountability be real? Or is the movie just telling us stories from a time before? And if it is, what's the use in the movie? Who is deciding that all of America can't deal with the truth and therefore must be lied to endlessly? And why are the people in the truth community arguing that that is good and that is moral? Is the movie going to end, or is it just all movie forever? And if it's all movie forever, how have we not just switched from one brand of movie controlling us through our ideas, making us act out certain behaviors in the world, thereby creating a reality that supports whoever is at the top of that chain of power, that hierarchy? When does that end? Are we switching from one brand to another? Should we be overjoyed that now it's our brand? Oh, our guys are in control. Now we get our version of the movie and then just applaud like seals and cheerlead for the rest of our lives. Is that what we're supposed to do? Now, it's possible that the point of the movie is for everybody to realize that, hey, this is all bullshit and it's going on forever. And there's no way whoever's at the top of this thing could possibly be looking out for our best interest if they're not even willing to tell us the truth because they think that our brains are too, I don't know what, traumatized, too stupid to handle it. If the point is to get us to that point so that we remove ourselves from the conversation about the federal government, understanding that the federal government is totally illegitimate and should not be regarded in any way whatsoever, like we should not obey anything that they do. We should not pay attention to the federal government. We should understand that our federal government is nothing more than a figment of a factor of the story being told on that false reality layer, that there is no reality prime basis for the federal government at all. Maybe the purpose of the movie is to get you to stop watching it because you realize how ridiculous and bad it is. But otherwise, doesn't the accountability have to be real? And if the movie justice phase is just movie, then how is the accountability real? I just want to know from the people who say that we have to applaud the movie while it plays and talk about how much popcorn we're eating, when does it end? How is any of the phase that we are meant to be waiting for, that this movie is supposed to wake up the normies and bring us to this accountability phase, how is any of that real if the movie never ends? I'm not trying to portray that I know what the answer is or that my friends saying these sorts of things are bad people. I just want to know what their answer is, because continuing to put that forward as something that the American people should be doing, watching this movie, eating popcorn, applauding along the whole time, if that's the extent of our activity, then what are we doing beyond watching TV? And if all we're doing is watching TV, if our only role in correcting a government that has been responsible for crimes against the people of America and crimes against humanity broadly, and is operating outside the bounds of any sort of structure of rules, what is it that we have achieved? I thought that's where we already were. I thought that's the thing we were trying to get out of. I don't understand what the point would be. Our involvement in government is to applaud for the television. Well, why don't we just applaud for MSNBC or Fox News if that's the case? We can all choose our various brand of politics to applaud, and then we'll just applaud it. I don't get it. Maybe it's me.